I know last episode I talked about how much I'm enjoying alpha, but man, I can't wait till these trees learn to break themselves. It's gonna cause me so much happiness. It's just too much effort. Oh, I got another sapling. Never mind. Comet not removed. I will. Oh, take that back. It's not that bad. We're actually getting lucky. Last time we went tree mining, I literally struggled because it took so long to get these saplings. It's a little quicker this time. Here, maybe we get a couple. Yeah, no. Definitely getting better RNG luck this time. But anyway, guys, welcome back into Timelocke. If you weren't here with us last episode, we were working under the cobblestone on stuff that I want to get done. And so we're out here collecting wood because we're gonna need a lot of it. So I probably need to make 2 axes to get my money's worth of wood realistically for this because we're gonna need tons for the stairs and the ceiling. Because the problem is we're just using so much stone everywhere. There is just nothing but stone. It's either cobblestone or the smooth stone. But problem is it's getting to too much, so I need to go back to having wood and stuff like that. But luckily, moving versions will update that. Beta should bring us some more blocks and tons of new decorations. That which I am beyond excited for to do. Which, we will get there eventually. So I thought I had last episode when I was talking about um Minecraft Alpha and Minecraft Beta is we're about to lose alpha terrain. So I definitely need to go out exploring a little bit. Go out one of these days and go see some more of the land because we're gonna lose this alpha generation very shortly. And obviously, you don't want it too crazy because by the time we get down to I don't know, like the Pale Garden or something, we'll have to travel tens of thousands of blocks to even get to it, which is kind of crazy to think about. We're gonna have to travel really far to get there. But oh man, that's true. But also, it would be nice to be able to keep some of this old terrain and be able to remember it. That's the thing. The only thing I wish I did wrong was old alpha. I did not keep enough of the terrain. Obviously, it goes out a few hundred blocks, but after that, we kind of lose the terrain, and I didn't keep enough of it. This will give us tons of wood. I think it's about to get dark too, though. Is the issue? And I know that all this wood will not end up even burning. Oh, is it just midday? Oh, no, we're good then. I know it's just midday, so we should be able to get through these trees. So I guess we'll be spending the first lot of this episode getting enough wood for a tiny bit. I mean, we haven't held over a stack of wood. I don't think at all in this because wood is just needed so much especially for torches and tools, and now building out of a lot more of it again. We're gonna need tons of it. So this is a resource that we are gonna be stuck needing for forever. It feels like. Which I mean, you will, but I mean, things do get easier to make wood and stuff go down. Some once they start decaying again, I can make a little old fashioned wood farm around the base and stuff like that, so we can find stuff a bit easier. But I think that's gonna be enough of this. Because I'll be honest, when I do most things I do, I look at it and I see the parallels to Stampy. Because that was my biggest inspiration. Oh, that reminds me, he just did a collab with Youtooz, and he released like a ship and his Funland sign, which I thought was really cool to do. You know what? We're gonna take a quick side adventure. Oh crap. Anyway, quick side adventure. Okay, we are on the Youtooz website. Yeah, so we got about a day. So basically, it is the ship right here, which is $50. I mean, they're a bit expensive. Yeah, it's only available till the 17th, and when this goes out, this is gonna be gone already. So this will be out probably on the 20th. But these are really cool. I wonder what they're gonna sell for, because I mean, $50 is a little expensive, but these are really cool. Now, dumb thought is putting two in your cart, one to open and then one to keep. I mean, it's super expensive. I wasn't gonna get this one because I really this Funland's cool and stuff, but I'll think about it. Okay, let's go look at our shopping cart. 299. What the heck? Oh, there's three. Okay, I was about to say that's a lot of money for Do you got any discount codes? Okay, so do I buy two of each? That's really stupid. Shipping, that's expensive! My promo codes! I'm gonna trim most of this section down. Oh, great, thanks. Don't show my shipping address! Wonderful, so we bought two of those. Anyway, so, so back to Minecraft. So anyway, yeah, so Stampy released some Youtooz, which he did some promo for, and I've been looking at him like I was gonna buy a couple of them. Because it's really cool seeing the SS Stumpy, which is something that which is probably one of the first big feeling. I think was it Sinking's Feeling is the name of the episode that he did that in. Gosh, I've been online too much. I'm young still, I'm like 20. That means it's gonna get worse. Okay, so this should be satisfying to watch. This one thing I'm gonna miss is the crazy fire spread. Let's just sit back and watch this because it's always so satisfying. And it just like in no time, it just engulfs everything. There shouldn't be too much wood left for it to burn either. Oh, okay, found some. I wonder why some of the wood just doesn't burn. I know it's done that for years. Because I think back to Skyblock when I would watch Idealistic Squid and stuff. I remember he burnt some trees and they stood and stayed there for so many episodes. Oh, that's gone. Might as well kill these two as well. I will take care of these ones then, since they're still here. My shovel's gonna break. Oh, my shovel has the most durability left, so I will use that. Anyway, so that is wood taken care of. Even look how much we ended up getting. Ever think if like Minecraft would have been done differently, where there was gravity for everything? How different the game would have been? Gosh, it's burning all of them. How different like the game would be, because like you couldn't like pillar or do much building, stuff like that. It's sometimes it's just weird to think about. Like, man, what if like Notch wouldn't have sold the game and it had a completely different trajectory than it does now? I wonder if the game would be better or if it'd be worse. Because you know, from stuff I've seen, Notch isn't the greatest of people. I don't know if he's like came back from that or he has apologized or if he's like, oh, I'm still that person, screw you or whatever. But I don't know, because I know I've seen videos of him being the sad billionaire who got all depressed and all kinds of money which is so weird how you always see that everybody tells you money's not the answer, but also most people who have money are happy. Like, it's some weird, like, double standard where everybody's like, money's not the answer to happiness, but most happy people are the ones who have money. The sad people are typically the ones that are struggling, living to paycheck, which, if you're listening to this, live in America right now, and you are of age, that's what is it? It's like 1 in 3 people live paycheck to paycheck, which is insane. Because it's like, how are you meant to have a savings? How are you meant to do stuff? Like, the financial stability of the world is a mess. That's why I'm playing Minecraft right now. Don't worry about the world. Don't think about all the Christmas shopping I have not done and that I'm not going to do. It's like, I'm just gonna play some Minecraft. It's like that dog just saying there's like, I'm okay with the world burning around him. That's what this feels like. Now I'm thinking I make the wall. I'll probably continue the walls being stone, and I'll just make everything else be wood. But yeah, I've been thinking that I need to do more in these videos because sometimes they're probably a bit too dry, which is a sucky thing because it's like obviously I don't know what I'm doing half the time, so that's gonna be why they're gonna be like that. It's like it's one thing I'll get better at. That's the cool thing about again that I've talked about with this is it gives you the opportunity to get better and learn upon myself for stuff like this, where it's given me the opportunity to learn and make videos and have fun and get better at it. Because I'm meant to look back at these episodes and like, man, I sucked at doing this. Which is the point. If you don't look back at something and think it sucks, then that means you haven't improved. Which is the big thing. You always want your next thing better than your last. Obviously, when it comes to doing a let's play, it's a little more difficult because especially if you bulk record or similar stuff like that, it's not easy to make every single one better than the last because that's also not counting technical difficulties or anything of that sort. So definitely not something I can say I'm going to do or that I even can do because of the nature of what I'm working on at this moment. And okay, so I'm going to just torch up every block on this corner here. There we go. That's good for lighting at least. Perfect. And then this room I can also shift this door. I'll figure out where I'll shift it eventually. But what I should do is before I get myself confused in the future, wonder why I have two kitchens. Let me, because if you didn't see, it was like 4 episodes at this point. I had the idea of flipping the kitchen in the living room. So now the living, because I wanted the living room to connect over to the straight area. And now that this wall isn't connecting anything, this is just going down, I would rather the kitchen be over here because the kitchen can be closed off. It doesn't need anything too crazy with it at all, which is really nice. But anyway, back to what I was saying before we went down the Youtooz hole. A lot of the stuff I do, I look at Stampy and be like, man, this is similar to what he did, or I'm like, man, this is my inspiration. Little things like this. Like every time I go and build something, I'm like, okay, I kind of like put myself in Stampy's shoes when he was building. But obviously, he wasn't planning for the future or anything. He was just, playing Minecraft, which is the really weird thing is because things always feel like they end up happening for a reason. Watching things come together or stuff like that. Another great YouTuber who I've really enjoyed. His name is Quentin Reviews. In the name, he reviews things, obviously, and he does this one really cool thing on this conspiracy about Paul McCartney and how people think that he died in the Eagles and the Beatles covered up his death, which is just a wild statement to make and then even think. So, oh yeah, he died and they covered it up and they got a doppelganger. They gave him surgery. They made him. But in the video, he talks about right at the beginning about how the cover of Abbey Road, which is the Beatles' most known album, how iconic that album cover is, how it feels like it was just meant to be. Well, he talks about how it actually wasn't the only photo they took. They actually went up and down that road like many, many times, and they snapped tons of photos and stuff. And watching the other photos is weird because it looks right, but it's just off. In every photo, they got cars moving different directions, they got stuff going on, and it just doesn't feel right. And then once he gets to the photo, it just clicks. It looks perfect. It just makes sense. It just does all that kind of stuff, if you get what I mean. So it's like things happen for a reason, if that makes any sense, where everything ends up having its place. What would you say in time, or would you just say in general everything has its place? And things are just meant to happen. It really feels like it. I don't know if that like touches any religions or does anything like that, but I swear the amount of times I go and I experience something, I'm like, what are the odds of this happening? Like generally, it'll just blow my mind. And I'm like, there's no way this, wasn't meant to happen. Like running into this person you haven't seen in forever, or the opportunity for adventures, the amount of businessmen and people who get rich or get lucky because they just randomly dive into this adventure and it makes them millions or thousands or hundreds of thousands or whatever it is. It's so many, and it just makes me seriously question if the world's scripted. Obviously, if you get into like the science and stuff, you got like the Fibonacci sequence, and you got a few other little things where the world repeats itself, or you got how like everything in the world ends up trying to make a hexagon, and just more stuff like that, where there is patterns in the universe for some reason, which is which is also just crazy to think about. It's like, yeah, so the world just has little patterns that we don't know why it happens, but it happens. I'll do that a lot. I'll be like, gonna take my dog outside or doing something little. I'll be like, I'll just think, we do this? Why? It'll just blow my mind. It's not even like anything crazy. It'll just be like, yeah, I bring my dog in, I think yesterday or the day before, and I was like, isn't it weird that I just have a dog that just lives in my house, and I go and I leave it and I trust it and it just lays there? Like, who thought that was a good idea? Or how did that just happen? It's just some things just come to us so naturally. I feel like I never think about them. I just go with the flow and I think, "Oh yeah, okay, my throat was killing me there. I need some water." But but yeah, I don't know. The universe just works in weird ways and we'll never understand it. There's a reason we never will. For and what the reason is, oh, I'll never know. I'm not here to tell you about physics or anything. I'm here to, play Minecraft and spend 200 bucks on Stampy for some reason. So yeah. I think we're definitely hitting the end of this video. Definitely some good progress. Things are, nicer again. We come down this way and we got this center hallway all figured out. This will lead over this way like we talked about. Um, you know what, for now, I'll cover I'll just cover these things. I don't have to look at this ugly dirt. So it looks complete like, oh yeah, no big things coming, don't you worry. Especially as this world just keeps expanding. We do so much more. So good thing is we now get down to here. I need to work on this tunnel. We're gonna have to go mining again because we're gonna start running out of iron. You know, little things like that, and then eventually we get to these things. But yeah, I think we're hitting a great spot with the base and stuff. All the mess we made is starting to become nicer, stuff like that. We need to torch up this area and do a couple little things. But besides that, we're in a good spot. So who knows what next episode has planned for us? I like sometimes planning ahead, sometimes I don't. It really depends on what I do. And then it's funny when I do all that planning, like, man, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then it never happens because it's hard to predict the future, especially if you don't record it the second after, or the fact I'm indecisive also doesn't help. But hey, I'm just here for the ride at this point. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. I'm here. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. I definitely want to start trying to mix these episodes up a little bit more and doing more and having some more more funniness and not always just, oh hey, here's life. I want this to be a unique experience. I'd love to just talk about things and talk about some YouTubers that I love, inspirations, kind of stuff like that. Because there's so many great YouTubers that I watch that I never remember. I was like, oh yeah, I remember watching your video. Like I forgot about Quentin reviews. He was supposed to put out a really long video. I don't know if he did that yet. I'll have to look if he did because he says it'll be longer than his last one, and his last one was like 42 hours. So I don't know how he's meant to beat that or what in the world's going to be on. But I mean, there's only one way to find out. I'll have to go look at it and see if I can watch it. Every chest gets to the right one. But that's all for me today, guys. I will see you next time. My voice is really killing me. Bye.